I will invite Cristina from Lebanon to give us the situation in Lebanon. The situation of financial mechanisms in Lebanon.
Thank you. Good morning. I'm just going to specify on the mechanism role, but first let me give you a quick brief introduction about the electricity sector in Lebanon and the role of renewable energy in Lebanon. So Lebanon, although it's a small country, but it enjoys relatively high solar expositions. We have more than 300 days per year. So unfortunately, due to the civil war that took place, electricity generation problems leads to blackouts. So blackouts are being compensated by private generators, but it's not legal. So for this reason, due to the problems that we face, the government, and especially the Ministry of Energy and Water, placed in 2010 a policy paper giving the role for renewable energy a big part in it, and it's being applicable through the LCEC. For this reason, the Lebanese government adopted in 2010 the NEAP, which is the National Energy Efficiency Action Plan. In it, we have 14 initiative-related articles related to energy efficiency and renewable energy. One specific initiative related to public street lighting, which we will see it's very important in Lebanon, aiming at the introduction of energy-efficient and solar-powered PSL. The most successful financing mechanism is the Lineariya, which is the National Energy Efficiency and Renewable Energy Action. It's a financing mechanism developed jointly between two ministries in Lebanon, which are the Ministry of Energy and Water, the Ministry of Finance, and with the Central Bank of Lebanon and the Lebanese Center for Energy Efficiency, LCEC, and supported, of course, by the European Union. And it is cited as one of the best financing mechanisms. The Lineariya played a major role in the development of renewable energy and energy efficiency markets in Lebanon. So until now, we can see that there are more than $160 million in loans. We focused through the Med Desire project to check how the Lineariya is applicable for the municipalities, because we will see that to the municipalities, the role of municipalities and renewable energy in Lebanon, municipalities profited from the installation of more than 3,800 PV PSL poles all over Lebanon. But despite this, there is still a major need for the installation of higher number of PV PSL. Essentially, because blackouts are causing normal PSL to function on average one night every 2 nights, unfortunately. The sector of PSL was identified as being a priority for municipalities. So to take advantage from the high solar potential in Lebanon, and especially because the Lineariya was not accessible to municipalities, either because they are not aware how to get this loan, and especially because the bureaucracy that the municipalities enjoys, because the municipalities in Lebanon has a kind of control, there is a control over the municipalities through the Ministry of Interior and municipalities. So our aim was to find a new financing mechanism for municipal solar PV projects. And this is the purpose of this task, is to identify and design the most suitable incentive tool to strengthen the promotion of distributed solar technologies in Lebanon. we are working on developing an incentive tool tailored for public implementation through the municipalities, with the possible collaboration of the private sector within the regulatory framework of the country, and while keeping to the strategic direction provided by the MED Desire and coordinator and the LCEC task referent. So the consultations we've done until now and the researches that are being conducted in order to assess the expected technological needs of the targeted public entities, we have selected the public street lighting and the public municipal buildings. Venereal loan, which is the National Energy Efficiency and Renewable Energy Action, it is currently not being accessed by the municipalities, as we have mentioned, and its main beneficiaries are the private sectors until now. So in its legal context, there are no explicit constraints, and this is the important thing, to access the Venereal loan. But severe implicit constraints need to be dissipated. Allowing this access is at the core of our work through the MED Desire project. In the event of this access not being granted to the municipalities, Venereal also in its structure could be used as a master plan for the development of a similar financing mechanisms targeting the interested municipalities. So our preliminary findings, in fact, the legal investigation that has been conducted in the course of our study has revealed that the municipality enjoys a legal personality as well as a financial and administrative independence, and this is very important. So by law, the municipalities have the right to open bank accounts as well as the right to profit from financial aid, donations, grants, loans, and similar to any commercial institution, but upon restrictions. So according to the Municipal Act, the revenues of the municipalities are distributed in three categories. We have the direct incomes and the indirect incomes. So the direct incomes are collected directly from the taxpayers, while the indirect could be in two ways, either collected by the central government, independent entities, or public institutions on behalf of the municipalities and distributed directly to each municipality, or the fees that are being collected by the central authority on behalf of municipalities and deposited in the independent municipal fund, to be later distributed to municipalities, but it needs to be through a decree. By reviewing the current state of the key aspects of the municipal finance in Lebanon and recommending ways to modernize them, our main task is to reach this kind of modernization of municipal finance in Lebanon. And this should involve introducing changes to the policy and to the legal and operational environment that governs the municipal finance practices. And this is our main inquiry. In regard of all the above mentioned, the ongoing work of the WP 6.1 for Lebanon has revealed an interesting potential combination of the different options that were preliminarily explored. Our works have explored the possibility of implementing the potential financial mechanisms, which are identified as follows. We have the auto-financing through loans from commercial institutions and grants. Second, we have the public partnership, it's the PPP, between ESCOs and municipalities. Third, we have the access to municipal fund through union of municipalities. And fourth is the access to municipal fund through independent municipal fund, as we stated, through the income of the municipality. So the outcome will be a financial mechanism, and we hope that most probably will resemble the well-established and the very functional, continuously growing Venereal loan, with the added possibility by accessing grants and matching a percentage of the investment made by the municipalities, which could be sourced by the union of the municipalities fund or the independent municipal fund. So, finally, the private-public partnership between ESCOs and municipalities option that was initially targeted becomes then a subsection of the wider potential that is now being explored for the beneficiaries, with the added possibility of simply contracting the private sector for the execution of works financed by the targeted mechanism to be implemented. So, Finally, we can say that what we're trying to do is through the consultations we're doing through the MedDesire project will help us to determine the most plausible path to be further explored. Thank you.